Hello friends, this video on electric charges and fields part 18 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. Please make sure that you have watched all the videos till part 17 before going ahead with part 18. We will now calculate the electric field intensity due to infinite long conductor. So let us suppose we have this infinite long conductor. We have to find out the electric field intensity at some point P. Let us call this point as P. So we have to find out the electric field intensity due to this long conductor at this point. So let us suppose that this point is located at a distance r from the conductor. Okay. So we also assume that there is a small positive charge located at point P, which we call as the test charge. Okay. So to make things simple, let us consider a small portion of this conductor. So we consider a small portion AB of length dl. So consider a small portion dl. Now what will be the charge on this portion? There will be a small charge, say dq. So charge on AB. Let us represent it by dq. So dq will be equal to lambda dl, where lambda is the linear charge density of this conductor. Okay. So now we can consider, now we will calculate the electric field due to this small charge dq at this point P. So let us suppose the distance of this point from point P is x. Since A and B are very close to each other, therefore the distance of A from P and the distance of B from P is almost equal. Let us say that this distance is x and it is oriented at an angle theta. Okay. So we will calculate the electric field. We'll calculate the electric field at point P due to dq. So that means dq acts as the source charge here, right? So from definition of electric field, what will be the value? It will be k q by r square. So q is dq, r is x. So this dq can be written as lambda dl divided by x square. And what would be the direction of electric field? Both the charges are positive. This dq is positive charge, and also we assume that this small charge here is also a positive charge. So this will act along this direction. Let us have some point P. So we will say that this small electric field, that is dE, will act along Pn. So the direction is along Pn, right? Now if you look at this diagram very carefully, you will see that this dE can be resolved into its horizontal and vertical components. So this angle is theta, so this angle is also theta, vertically opposite angles. Now if Pn is dE, so its horizontal component will be dE cos theta and the vertical component will become dE sin theta, acting vertically downwards, right? So dE can be resolved into its components. So we can say dE along x-axis is equal to dE cos theta. Similarly, dE along y-axis is equal to dE sin theta, right? Okay. Now, right now we are assuming only a small element dl of this conductor. Like this dl, there are several small elements on this conductor. Now, if you look at the figure very carefully, you will have small elements here, 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 and similarly along the negative x-axis as well. So for any element in the negative y-axis, you will see so for any element along the negative y-axis, they will also have an electric field. So let us suppose, I am just giving you one example. Let us suppose I assume one more element here. Okay. So this element will have the electric field of that element will be somewhere along this direction, right? So again, if you resolve it, you will get dE cos theta along this direction and dE sin theta along this direction, right? So the d sine theta will cancel out with this d sine theta. That means for all the elements which will be below the origin along negative x-axis, their de sine theta will cancel out with the de sine theta of all the elements above the origin along positive y-axis, right? I hope it is clear to you. Therefore, we can say that by symmetry, the summation of the y component will be equal to 0, because the y component for these elements will cancel out when we consider small elements for the entire long conductor, but the summation of the x component will not be equal to 0. So that means the contribution to the electric field will come only from the x component and not from the y component. Now if I want to find out the complete electric field due to this wire, that will be integration of dE. Now what will be dE? dE will be nothing but dE cos theta, because dE sin theta will not contribute anything. So this will be equal to integration of k lambda dl divided by x square into cos theta. So now this what we can write as. Now again look at the figure very carefully. Now we will concentrate on the triangle ABM. So what is M here? If you look at this AB, we draw a perpendicular on this line and call this as M. Okay. So if this is AMB, now we will draw this figure separately on our next screen. Also let me tell you, this angle is theta, right? So if you consider triangle, let us say this is O. If you consider the triangle OBP, in the triangle OBP, this is 90 degree, this is theta. So what will be this angle? What will be this angle OBP? Angle OBP will be nothing but 90 minus theta, right? Because in a triangle, the sum of the three angles is 180 degree. Now one angle is 90 degree, the other angle is theta. So this angle will be equal to 90 minus theta, right? Okay. So now let us draw this triangle AMB separately so that you can understand it more clearly. Thank you. Please visit examfear.com to watch free educational videos, try free online tests, get the best quality study materials, study from the best tutors and mentors, and much more. Thank you once again.